My name is Dermot Killen and I'm here on behalf of Kingspan. I'd like to thank first of all the Career Service for the opportunity to talk to you this evening on behalf of the company, and also to thank each of you for being here. One of the things I gave some thought to is whether or not to bring some slides, and I decided against it. I'd rather you try and concentrate on what I'm going to say, and apart from which I have a little confession to make. I find it difficult to keep pace, to keep changing the slides while I'm talking. So that's probably the real truth, but it is a little bit different. I'm going to concentrate for the next few minutes on 5 different aspects. I'm going to talk very briefly about the origins of Kingspan. I'm going then to talk about the company's current status. I'm going to talk about the graduate programme, explain why it was started in 2004, and the background to it, and the kind of people we're looking for, how to apply, and what happens thereafter. Kingspan as a company is entirely Irish, in the sense that it was founded here in County Cavan by 2 brothers 40 years ago. And I asked, some years ago, I asked for a description of what they started doing, and I was told bashing metal in a barn. And I asked for further elaboration on that, and I was told hay barns, cow sheds, and farmyard gates, and anything else we could do to make money. Now I can stand here and say on behalf of the organisation that we're still bashing metal, but in a far, far more sophisticated way. While we took some punches during 2008 and 2009, the company did not lose any money. We're not a construction company, we're a manufacturer of a diverse range of products for the construction industry. And the company has a remarkable capacity, a proven capacity of developing and producing its own products and getting them out into the market and transforming itself time and time again technologically. If I'd been standing here in 2004 when we first launched the programme, I would not have been speaking about solar tubes, photovoltaic cells, the wind generating company that's now in Scotland. But they've all come to pass, and Lord only knows what's coming down the track. The group of graduates who've just joined us are due to have their group induction day next Tuesday, and they'll have an hour with the group chief executive. And I'm pretty sure if Gene follows his normal pattern, he will take them into the boardroom and he will disclose to them what his intentions are for the organisation over the coming 5 years. As the company currently stands, as I said, it's Irish, it's headquartered here, but only 5% of the turnover now comes from Ireland. And when the island recovers, and it will ultimately recover economically, I doubt though that we'll go back to the crazy days of the Celtic Tiger, it will still be an island of 6+ million people. We'll be here, we'll be headquartered here, and we remain proudly Irish. But right now, as I'm standing here in front of you, we have a presence, a marketing and sales presence in 30 countries across a number of continents. We've manufacturing plants currently in 15 of them. The latest one is in Abu Dhabi, and that's been acquired in the last few weeks. And that's where we currently stand. We're a multinational business, and truly international business, and on the way to becoming a global business. The graduate programme was started, launched in 2004, to provide further talent, to add further talent to the company's bank of talent as it then existed. Not only technically, but also we believe strongly in taking a range of disciplines, particular disciplines, and then developing them initially through experiential learning, and then letting them grow and develop within the business across the full business range. So that's the purpose of the grad programme. And it is, while we haven't always got it right, certainly in lots and lots of cases we've had spectacular successes with it. Indeed, on the very first, when we finished the very first selection, a group of senior colleagues went back to the then Chief Operating Officer, the current Group Chief Executive, and told him, he was then 34 years of age, that they had found his successor. 34 years of age, they had found his successor. He was a little bit wary of it, but however, more of that later. Now, currently what we're looking for, essentially in terms of our graduate intake, we look for two broad classifications, technical and business. And since we leave the business aside this evening, on the technical side. We're primarily looking for engineers, mechanical, manufacturing, chemical and process. In the last couple of years and for the foreseeable future, structural engineers, energy engineers, and particularly mechanical engineers who've gone on to do postgrad in energy systems, or people who are now coming from the new the energy-related primary degrees. We also have a liking for science graduates in either chemistry or physics with an interest in material science, given the nature of the work we do. There are two fundamental requirements that we insist on in terms of applicants considering the group. One is that they will have or expect to get a level 8. We're not saying, we make no mention of anything prior to that. We're not specifying a grade or level in the degree, and we're not differentiating between primary degree and immediate postgrad. The other thing is that since only 5% of our turnover now comes from Ireland, and that is not going to change. If anything, it's going to decline as we expand elsewhere, even when the country recovers. You have to be prepared to live and work abroad. I'm not saying that from the outset you will go abroad, but currently we have graduates in Ireland, across the UK. We have them in Belgium, we have them in the Netherlands, we have them in Germany, we have them in France. They're in Australia, and they're currently also in the United States and Canada. Now you will have a choice. You will be asked whether you're prepared to go. You will exclude yourself if you're not. But if you may have preferences as to where you don't want to go, we're very comfortable with that. The application process is very simple, and the closing date this year is December the 15th. You go to the website, follow the homepage, careers, graduates, and just follow the links right down to the graduate application form. It is designed to be filled in online. I'm standing here and in the presence of Accenture, I'm saying quite clearly, don't attempt to do it. Download it and save it to your own system. And when you've got it done, because it'll take a little bit of time to fill in, when you've got it done and you're satisfied with the answers, and those answers are very important because every one of them will be read, every document that we receive will be read, and you will get a reply. The reply will be, yes, we'd like to see you, or no, we don't, we won't. We'll come back to that in a moment. Attach it to an email, the instructions are on the website, just send it back to us at graduate@kingspan.com and we will take it from there. The closing date is December 15th. I will be back to you by the end of the first week in January. Every applicant, every application received will be considered. And if by chance, and everybody will get a response, if by chance you haven't heard from us by the end of the first week in January, something's gone wrong, either I've goofed or something's is stuck in the ether, you call and holler and we'll sort it. Okay? It's as simple as that. Mistakes do happen from time to time, particularly when I'm involved. So just let us know and we'll sort it out. What will follow will be a first round interview on campus. So for you guys it'll be here. It'll be between 40 and 45 minutes. We go through those during late January, the very early part of February. And sometime in early to mid-March, we will then select no more than 32 people. We will mix them across institutions, across disciplines, and we will bring them to Dublin as a purely central location. And there you will have a kind of a semi-assessment centre. You will meet a number of very senior executives, including at least 9 board directors. You will have a series, you have a little discussion topic as a group, and you will then individually have a series of individual interviews. And that should be the end of that. Thereafter, within a matter of days, with the exception of 1 or 2 people who may be asked to meet 1 or 2 people who are unavoidably detained on those 2 days, one of those 2 days in question, an offer will be made. That offer will tell you what you're going to be doing, be it a project, be it a particular assignment, be it a role, where you're going to be doing it, and all of the terms and conditions. And the salaries will be highly competitive. You will join, we traditionally say and formally say people join at the beginning of September, but grads actually have expressed an interest in joining us sooner, and they tend to join us as they're available and as it suits them from mid-June onwards. But it is entirely a joint decision. You're under no pressure. It hopefully will be your last long summer. So you go and enjoy it. When you join us, you will have local induction, you will have group induction, the one I referred to earlier. You will have whatever technical inputs in the form of training that's necessary in relation to the role you're given, and you will also have then a range of formal management development. For engineers who are interested in securing chartered status, we will support them throughout the entire process. It's your decision, you take responsibility for it, we don't force it on you. We'll encourage you if you want to do it, but you have to take the initiative, and we'll support it thereafter. Traditionally, conventionally, people stay on the programme for between 10 months and 30 months. It's quite open, it's very flexible because it is experiential learning. In some cases people have come off much sooner because opportunities have arisen for them. In other cases they've stayed with what they're doing because they're literally at the cutting edge of either new technology or launching that new technology, and they themselves don't want to leave. And thereafter it's a case of opportunities and good fortune and your performance. Okay. Well, that's basically all I want to say this evening. And I'll be here for a few minutes and I will take some questions.